Hi everyone, welcome back to another episode of The Seattle Stitcher. My name is Megan. You can find me on Instagram as Megan_Babauta_ on Ravelry as Mama Made VM. You can email me at TheSeattleStiycher@gmail.com, and all my social media links will be down below, so hopefully it is easy for you guys to find me. As I say, you are all very, very welcome here. So, usually I save life stuff to the very, very end, but if you follow me on Instagram, which there's so much that has happened in the past month. It's insane. I'm gonna put a little bit of life stuff in the beginning. I'll try to put a timestamp if you just want to skip forward. It's only gonna be for about a minute here because I do want to announce right away for those that don't stick around at the end when I'm just blibber blabbing, I am pregnant. So Daniel and I, my husband and I, are expecting our second child. We have a daughter, her name is Amira, she's 5. We have been wanting another child for quite some time, but it just wasn't something that was happening for us. So I wanted to say that at the beginning, just because I want to say thank you so much to everyone who has reached out to me on Instagram and commented on my photo that I posted on Instagram. I had posted an kind of expecting photo, and yeah, I feel like I'm talking to my family, you know, like my grandma, my aunts, my uncles, I feel like you guys are my family. You're so supportive and kind, and I can't thank you enough. And thank you so much to those who have purchased from the registry or used my Buy Me a Coffee link, just because they're excited for me, my family. I am so, so grateful for you all. So I'll have all that stuff linked below as well, and I'll get more into the details, I guess, at the very end. But I wanted to say right off the bat, thank you so much for your kindness and generosity to my family. It just means everything to me. And I guess outside of that as well, there are now over 5,000 of you guys that watch my channel. Obviously, I'm very emotional, so I'm trying not to cry, but that's so many people. I can't even imagine 5,000 people in a room. So it blows my mind that many people are interested in my little journey of cross stitching or me and my life in general. So thank you so much if you're new here, if you've never watched before, or if you've watched from the very beginning. You all are truly my friends, and thank you for letting me be part of this community. So now, 4 minutes in, I feel like that's not bad. I'll talk more at the end, like I said, but let me hop in and just start with my starts like I usually do. I actually have a couple of starts, because like I said, it's been 3 weeks since I filmed last. I put off filming so that I could go to my ultrasound appointment. I'm just further along than they expected, but that's perfectly fine. And the baby is very healthy, and that's all that we can hope for. But since it's been so long since I filmed last, I feel like I have a lot of, not heavy progress, but a lot of stuff to show. So I'm gonna start with my first start, which was, I think not last week, but the week prior, I had started this one. This is Autumn Cottage. And this is a Plum Street Samplers pattern. I really like this pattern. I love the colors. I will say, if you're someone who doesn't like weeks, because personally, I find weeks to be like very dry feeling, and it knots really easy for me. I do have Thread Magic as well as beeswax, so I use that to help, but it does have a lot of weeks in it. But the colors are beautiful. So my skeins look really sparse because Bridget, the museum stitcher, and I, we're gonna be starting this together. And I've split the flosses in half essentially. So yeah, these are all the called for. I did add one color though, because I felt like the called for, which was, I think it's the bark, is supposed to be the roof line. This is not a brand new pattern, and I do believe that color has changed a bit. So I just went into my stash of flosses and I pulled Onyx, which is a Gentle Arts floss, and I just felt like that suited the roof color a little bit better. Sorry, my light is wanting to overcorrect because I had to use a light today. It's kind of gray out, but my apologies. So I just felt like this was a little bit better when it came to the roof line. And I'm stitching this on 40 count Vintage Country Mocha, because when I first started stitching, bought a half yard or a yard of this off a 1, 2, 3 stitch. So I have a ton of it, and I decided to just cut it down and get a little start going. Let me make sure my floss is out of the way, but here's my start. Sorry about my nails, by the way. I'm sorry. Don't look at them. Don't look at them. I just I don't get my nails done when I'm pregnant because I don't feel like breathing in all the fumes and everything is good for you. And I try to avoid painting my nails as much as possible. So when I do, it's only once every few weeks. And so they're looking rough. But anywho, that's not what you're here for, right? So I'm really loving the variegation in the floss. I love this blue. That blue is absolutely amazing. I would literally stitch a whole sampler in that blue, or like not a sampler, but a Quaker. Can you imagine a monochromatic Quaker in that beautiful blue shade? It's stunning. So yeah, I'm really liking this. I got the roofline kind of mapped out so I can just do some fill-in. So that's been great. And I got a lot of this vine done as well. And that was just kind of like when I had to run errands for my work. Sometimes I'm not in the office, I'm out doing things for my office. I'm able to bring some stitching and I work on it then. But yeah, this is just so fun and so cute. And I have started decorating for like autumnal Halloween stuff, but not like heavy Halloween. So you see, I have some skulls out. I've got my vase of like spooky flowers. That's actually a cross stitch finish. I'll show you guys at the end from last year. But yeah, I'm really loving this. It's just so tiny and cute. And thank you for all the love on Instagram for this one too. I think that the pattern is just a really good one. So yeah, if you guys are interested or if you want to join me in stitching this, let me know. I know I already started, but we could start a little, you know, little stitch together. I do actually want to finish this in the autumn. I think it's possible. It's a very tiny stitch, so I don't see that not being plausible for me. Oh, and shout out to Alexis. She gave me this needle minder at StitchCon. She was like, I was like, oh, that's cute, because it's like a goddess. And she was like, do you want it? I was like, no. But I do actually like it, and it's perfect for like these small little projects. The magnet on it is really tiny too. So yeah, I just have this in a little bag. I think that I had actually been gifted this project by a viewer, so thank you so much. And I think that this might have been one of the bags that she had sent me stuff in. And I also started another project that she had sent me, so shout out to her because I have definitely been starting the stuff that she sent. This one she sent fully kitted. All I needed was the fabric. The last one I purchased all the flosses right away, split them in half, sent Bridge in half of them, and then I added the fabric. Did I say that? I don't know if I did. The next start though is a Plum Street Samplers. This is a sal going on right now, so of course I had to start it. This is a sal with Olivia from Pumpkin Hollow Quilts and So Tattered, which So Tattered is a new Flosstube to me. I started watching her when she put out her first video, and I know that I've talked about her in my last video, I think, as well as Olivia's channel, because I love both of their styles so much. But yeah, just go give them some love. I'm sure everyone knows of Pumpkin Hollow Quilts, but give So Tattered some love. She's a new Flosstuber, and I really, really enjoy her channel. So I'd love to see her, you know, stick around and get all the love from this community because she's just so cute. I love her. But yeah, I love this pattern. They're starting it. It's a sal on Instagram. I'll try to find the hashtag and put it on the screen. I haven't posted this one yet on Instagram, so I'm not sure exactly what the hashtag is. But like I said, a lovely viewer was kind enough to send me all of the flosses. I did go ahead and pull DMC 310 for the black, just because I wanted it to be really, really stark black. I am stitching this on a 32 count Heartland by Picture This Plus, just because I have a half yard of it, and I kind of have been at a standstill of what to stitch on this, which is crazy. Let me show you the fabric first. It's a beautiful fabric. That's a really, really good representation of the color and the modeling. It's beautiful, but I don't know, I couldn't figure out what to put on it. And you know, I think the reason why is because it's a 32 count, and I don't stitch very often anymore on 32 counts, but I felt like the flosses looked really good on this, and I'm happy with it. So here's my little start, not a big one. I honestly have been struggling a lot at night with night nausea. And unfortunately, nighttime is the only time I have to stitch. So when I do start stuff, I try to get as much as I can done before I am too sick to literally be doing anything. But yeah, love that. Love it on the modeling. I'm really excited about this. Also, if you want a unique take on this pattern, Bridget, the Museum Stitcher, I'm gonna link her in her last video specifically because she has taken out the middle section of the pattern, which is, there's two people, a man and a woman in a house. She just doesn't really love stitching people. She didn't mind the people at the bottom, but she doesn't love people in samplers and stuff. So she took out that portion and kind of altered the motif around the edges so it lines up nicely. And I love it. It looks so good. And I just love the idea of like taking a stitch that you love and making it something that is like absolutely perfect for you and your home and your style. I really, really liked that. So props to her. She's just like a magician. She will take a pattern and just like put it into, what is that called? Stitch fiddle. And she just, and creates a whole new thing. It blows my mind every time. But yeah, take a look at her channel if that's something that you're interested in, because I know that not everyone, just like her, likes stitching people. It's kind of like some people don't like stitching houses, you know, same thing. So they'll cut out houses and patterns. I'm like, good for you. Stitch what you want to stitch. So this one I am stitching 1/2 as well. On the last one I'm stitching it 1/2, but it's a 40 count, so it's much fuller coverage. I don't dislike the coverage. I will say the DMC 310 area is a little sparse for my liking. I want it to be that full dark like black house, but I'm not exactly getting that, but I am enjoying it. And the 32 count is so easy to stitch. And also when you're using fancy flosses, it's just so easy to stitch 1/2 because a lot of people are going to want to match up the variegation. So they're going to want to pull 2 threads from the exact same spot and make sure that they're folding them over all nicely and neatly. And that's a lot of work. It really is. It's a lot of work. So yeah, I've been enjoying this one. Just have it in a project bag. It's a Ziploc bag. I really need to get more project bags. I keep telling myself I'm going to order some, but then I never do. And you know, now it's like I'm just wanting to buy baby stuff and spend my money on the babies. So of course I'm not really buying any cross stitch stuff. Next I'm gonna move into my whips. So that was all my starts for the past couple weeks, for a few weeks, which I do feel good about. I feel like that was decent. I didn't go crazy. Look at me. There is another start that I do really want to hop on. There's Primrose Cottage on Instagram. I don't know if she has a Flosstube. I'm so sorry. But I follow her on Instagram and she is starting the apothecary pattern. I'll pop a picture on the screen because I do have this pattern. I actually kitted it up at StitchCon and I really love it. I want to start it, but the only time I have to start stuff is when I get home from work or the weekends. And I have been so sick, guys, so sick. So, all that to say, I do want to start that one. They started on the 17th, which was just yesterday, Friday, day before, Thursday maybe, I'm not sure. But anywho, I'm gonna move along, and the next pattern I have here is actually on a fabric I bought at StitchCon. This is Mystic Fabrics Olympia, and this is a 40 count. I am stitching, what is this? Quaker Garden by Hello from Liz Matthews. I'll pop a picture on the screen here so you guys can see it. And I'm doing really, really close to the called for, pretty much. Like, I loved the look of this, but I wanted it a little bit more variegated. So I decided, because I already had these in stash, I kind of like pop on Christine from Hollis Hand Creates website quite often. And I like to take a look and see what she's got in her store for dinky dyes. And one of the dinky dyes that she had was this Twilight color. It is absolutely stunning. Oh, yay. Okay, so you guys are getting a really good representation of the color because I actually have my lights up. But it's beautiful. It's just such a lovely color. Highly recommend. I'll link her shop below. Last time I checked, because I was trying to do some pre-orders for Market, she is temporarily closed, but she might be open already. So I'll link her shop below just because it's really reliable and she's a great lady. So I definitely want her, you know, want to give her some support and love. So this is the colorway I'm using from the Dinky Dyes thread. And this is a round robin project. So I guess I should have premised this all with the fact that we are all, myself and some of my cross stitching friends, are stitching this as a round robin. So there are 7 of us, and that means that each of the flower motifs, which equates to 7, works out perfectly. We're going to, the beginning of next month, ship out. And yeah, we're just gonna stitch with our own fabrics and our own flosses. The only person who is having everyone stitch the flowers in their own color is Marjorie from Marjorie Made. And mine's gonna be monochromatic, of course. But here's my progress. I'm stitching it 1/2 on the 40 count. I'm really loving it. I only have a few hundred stitches left, so I'm gonna work on it this evening and this afternoon and get that finished up so that in a couple of weeks I can ship this off. my first recipient, and the person I'm always going to be shipping to, because essentially we have it set up to where geographically we're shipping it to the person who's closest to us, so it'll be really affordable for all of us. So I'll be shipping to Alexis, and Alexis will ship to someone else, and so on and so forth. And they're all using different flosses, different fabrics, and it's just, we're really, really excited. I'm excited too because we have it set up perfectly to where this gets back to me before my due date. So essentially I will have an almost completed project right before baby comes, and that's super exciting. My needle minder on here, because I always get questions about this one, is from Mad for Minders. I absolutely love Mad for Minders. This is an acrylic one, not one of the wooden ones, and I really do love them. Yeah, I'm loving this. It's so pretty. Like I said, this is what I'm gonna work on this weekend because I do want to get that finished this weekend. And I'm just really excited about it. The fabric is amazing as well. I'm very, very impressed with this Mystic Fabrics. I definitely would order some more. It's very smooth and soft, and it kind of has a little bit of a weight and a drape to it, so it's very nice for in-hand stitching as well. But yeah, I really, really like this. And I just have it all in this bag. I got some bubble mailers, so I'm gonna like post this off to them inside the bag just so that, I don't know, easily recognizable, I suppose, I don't know. And I felt like that was the best way that I could keep all of the flosses and stuff together. Plus this is very lightweight. And then I have it's actually a scissor fob that Elizabeth made for Lizzie Stitches, and I just thought it worked perfect with my project because it has blue in it. So I put that on the zipper pull. So that was my first whip. The next one, I actually didn't get too much progress on this one, but for some reason I just really felt like pulling it out. I got kind of excited about Sampler September, and so I couldn't get samplers out of my mind, and I just really wanted to work on a sampler. So I decided to pull out this one. Oh, it's just gonna wash out. Let me go ahead and pop a picture on the screen so you guys can see it well and clear. This is Come to the Garden by Teresa Kogut. It's a beautiful sampler. I honestly wanna see more people stitching this. It's stunning. The colors are beautiful. I saw it on Instagram. I follow a lady who I just absolutely love all of her stitching. And she was stitching this, and right away I went and kitted it up. So it does have a hot, has a mix of colors, because I think that, I don't know if this is one of her early designs or what, but I do notice that with Teresa Kogut, a lot of her stuff has been like more streamlined, I feel, when it comes to flosses, but this has dinks, or it has Weeks Dye Works, it has DMCs, it has Gentle Arts and Classic Colorworks. So it kind of has a little bit of everything, but I will say it's worth it for how beautiful the project is. It's just kind of a pain to get everything and make sure it's all in stock. I'm stitching this on a 36 count fawn by Picture This Plus, which is one of my absolute favorite neutrals from Picture This Plus. And I don't know if I have a photo of where I was before. I'm so sorry if I don't for some of these projects. I've been really forgetful, of course. But here is my progress. I kind of just went into the strawberry basket and started filling out more of the strawberries. And then I also went in up here and filled out this portion of the cherub at the top of the pattern. But I am really happy with this. I think it's just beautiful. It's so lovely, and this border is amazing. Like this motif here, oh, I love it. I love it, love it, love it. Yeah, I'm really enjoying this. I'm enjoying working on it, and I definitely want to pull this one out in Sampler September. And I'm hoping I can get this basket done, because that was the one motif that I'm having a lot of troubles with currently. Reason being is it is cut up onto several pages. I don't know if she offers PDFs, but if she does, I take a look into that. But yeah, the book is lovely. I do like how well printed they are. I like that they're in a spiral bound, so you can flip the page completely and fold it up underneath. That is nice. Oh, and just in case anyone asks, these are the floss drops that I get off of Amazon. I'll go ahead and link those below because I haven't linked them in a while, but they're perfectly clear. As you can see, they're just acrylic, and I use the DMC stickers. I've probably had this kitted up for 6 months or more, and I've had the stickers on here and they're not peeling off at all. So I haven't had any issues like that. But yeah, love the book. It's just lovely. I like how there's the chart on the back with everything you need, so it's easy to look at. Yeah, that one's been enjoyable. And I have this one in an actual project bag that Alexis made me last year. I just love it. It's so cute. The next project is one that I don't remember if I worked on this or not. Let me take a look at it. This is a project that I think I had in my bag because I was going to work on it this month, because I need to get 2 motifs done every month. Yeah, I don't remember if I worked on it or not. Man, My memory is bad. So I'm using Dinky Dyes for this as well, and I'll pop a picture of the pattern on the screen. This is Love Gains by Modern Folk Embroidery. I have the PDF version, of course, and I'm using Mystic Pools, another purchase from Hollis Creates. I just love this. It's so pretty, very, very subtly variegated, which I like. And I'm using a 36 count oyster shell. And essentially, Cam the Stitcher and I, we have it set up to where we each need to stitch 2 motifs a month so that we can kind of do like we're doing like an informal stitch along together essentially. And I did start my 3rd motif, which I started down here. So I need to finish that one up and then do one more, and I'll be caught up for this month. We are creeping closer to the end of the month though, and I don't remember how much I put into this or if I even worked on it since my last video. So I definitely do need to pull this one out and work on it again. It's just beautiful though. Love the colors, love the way the stitches look. Totally took the purple on purple idea from Bridget, the museum stitcher. I love her style, and it's beautiful. So, like I said, sorry if I already showed that to you guys last time. I still had it in my bag, so I must have just left it in there. Or maybe I did work on it, I don't know. The next one is one that I definitely have worked on since last time, but I've made some mistakes. So, Halloween Quaker. This is a Leela Studio pattern. I'm gonna pop a picture on the screen just because I'll get a glare. But it is a super cute pattern. I absolutely love it. I'm stitching mine on a 32 count Meyer by Picture This Plus. It's a Lugana fabric, and I really do like it. I'm enjoying it a lot. I'm hoping I have a picture of where I was last time I stitched on this, but here's where I am currently. Let's get it nicely folded up. So I completed more of the moon, I think. I might have just added this orange. I got more of the broom done. Pretty much what had happened was I was stitching here and I actually completed all of this, but it was wrong. Like it was off somehow. And I thought like, you know, I know that I'm off a couple of stitches for the feet I was off, but I couldn't see where I was off elsewhere. So I went ahead and I just decided to unpick all of the stitches because it was driving me too crazy. And I did realize that there is an error. If you look at the cover photo, it looks like instead of doing like the 2 empty stitches here, it's only 1. And then she added a stitch here. So essentially it's this perfect like leg of fabric, whereas mine is more blocky. I don't mind it, but it's like she took away a stitch from one area and added it right into another. And so if I can get a good picture, I'll just pop a picture on the screen of what I'm talking about on the cover photo. You'll see that like that leg of fabric for the dress at the bottom is like just a smooth piece of fabric. And when you actually stitch it yourself, it's not. It's like this leg of fabric that kind of does look more unnatural. So I do actually like the model stitcher's modification. I don't know if it was purposeful or not, but it really threw me off. I literally thought there was a whole mistake in the pattern, but it's fine. And like I said, Meyer by Picture This Plus is my fabric. It kind of has like some very subtle lime green, very spooky gray modeling to it. I really, really love this fabric. It's a good Halloween fabric if you want a toned down Halloween fabric. So I definitely recommend. Love the colors. The moon looks great. You guys gave me some recommendations for flosses and stuff to use on the moon. Let me stand up. You can kind of see it there. It's just not super in your face noticeable. And I do think I'm gonna backstitch it with a dark gray, see how that goes. If it doesn't work out, I'm gonna go ahead and backstitch it with either a black or a silver floss, but I'm worried if I do a silver that it's not gonna stand out enough. Binks has come to visit. He has like been such a funny cat. Anyways, yeah, I think I just need to backstitch around the moon because I have completed like the arch of the moon here and the arch down here, but you can just barely see it. I was really hopeful that my like math would have worked out and essentially that I would have had this moon a little bit further over into this gray modeling. It didn't happen, but that's okay. Gosh, I don't know where I even put the bag for this. The cat distracted me. Okay, I found it. Well, anyways, loving this. I just have all the flosses here, and I do have all the called for. By the way, this is all classic colorworks that are called for. I realized that I had a Gentle Arts thread in here for the longest time. Literally since I kitted this up, I've had a Gentle Arts thread in here that did not belong. So I'm just an idiot. It was like Pumpkin Patch by Gentle Arts. I don't know why I had it in here. I must have bought it on 123 Stitch when I kitted this up for a different project. So I put it in my floss stash because I'm like, hopefully someday I figure out what project that was supposed to go in, but I guess we'll see. I really do love these flosses though. The classic colorworks are great. I love the colors too. Like pretty much this whole bundle of colors here is just so Halloween. That lime green and orange are amazing. I definitely want to take like a Quaker piece and add pops of that lime green orange and the Rainy Days, which is the purple color. I feel like that would be such a fun like addition to a monochromatic sampler. I keep calling them samplers, a monochromatic Quaker. But that is in one of these Amazon bags. I'll link these below as well, just because I really do like these bags. I try to link them whenever I can remember because they just really come in handy. I really need to order myself another set of them. That is all the pieces. Oh, I have one more that I worked on actually, and that is what I pulled out last night, but then I got really sick and I stopped stitching. This is, let me pop a picture on the screen. Every Opening Flower by Brenda Gervais. I'll pop it here. It's such a beautiful pattern, and I have the Vicki Clayton silks for this one. I do have them on floss drops. I know that some people say not to floss drop your silk. I haven't personally had any problems with using these acrylic floss drops I've gotten from Amazon. So like I said, I will link those below. What I did is essentially took it off the bobbin, took the sticker as well, and just popped the sticker onto my floss drop. So yeah, they're all on there. And the colors are gorgeous. These silks are so soft. They are absolutely amazing. I mean, amazing. You can kind of see how shiny. Oh, they're so pretty. And I'm really enjoying the pattern. I'm enjoying using the conversion. And here is, I think I do have a picture of this one just because I pulled it out last night. Here is my progress. Not very much, I didn't get very much done, but this I am stitching on a 40 count ledger by Picture This Plus. It was a fabric of the month. My needle minder, I don't know where my aunt got that, but she gifted it to me. So thank you, Joanne, I really love it. But yeah, I just kind of started going down this crest because I do want to finish out this motif. So that was kind of my little goal, but I did not accomplish it, but that's okay. I like to show you guys everything I've stitched on, even if it's only minimal stitching, because that's like the reality of life sometimes. And I am pretty realistic as a person. So yeah, I'm really enjoying this. I'm loving the fabric, it's beautiful. But you know what I've been loving even more than all of these projects is these freaking art dot glasses. Let me tell you guys, so it came in this like really nice sleek little box and it was really well packed. These glasses have changed my life. I know that's dramatic, but like I already have really bad eyesight. I typically don't have struggles seeing linen too hard, but wow, are these amazing, because this is such a light linen, the Brenda Gervais pattern. I was using these and I have been using them every single day since I got them. So I will say I do have a discount code. I'll put a link in the down bar below where you can just go straight to the website, use the code STITCH, so just the word STITCH, and you'll get a 15% discount. But let me show you the glasses essentially. So you get a case here, nice and hard. It does lock, like pops closed. And there are 5 different lenses in here. As you can see, one is missing because I've been using her. And they go from like ×1 to 3.5, I believe. Yeah, 3.5. So they magnify from very minimal, which is what I've been using, and to a really intense magnification, which I think will be really helpful when I do get into using some of my darker, deeper fabrics. But kind of locked away like that. You get a headband attachment, which is very stretchy, and it's also adjustable, so you can, and it's very easy to adjust. Even my daughter can wear these. They fit her head, so they fit a child size head all the way to adult. It just clips right in. Or you can use the actual glasses attachment. There are 2 light settings, and you have a plug right here because these are rechargeable. And it looks like it's just a plain old port. So if you have an iPhone or something of the sort, that port itself will plug right into that. And yeah, let me show you guys. So these are the 1.5 I know I look silly, but I don't even care. I don't care. Daniel comes home, I'm like, tell me I'm beautiful. I made him put them on as well. But essentially this can adjust down, and I just adjust this to sit on my nose like quite up high. And as you can see, I can look down and they're not moving around, which is amazing for them being glasses. And this, you can move it all around. And when I'm talking to my kid, I just pop them up. They also came with little nose pads as well, because I am a makeup wearer. I love makeup. I'm not gonna lie, okay? I love makeup. And so you get a 4-pack of those, which is great. You do have directions in English and I'm not sure. I don't want to say Mandarin, but I do believe that Mandarin is a common language. But anyways, yeah, I'm just really, really loving these. They're very affordable for what they are, in my personal opinion. I honestly was shocked when I saw the price compared to some other glasses, as well as comparatively when I feel how good of quality these are. I just am really, really loving them. But yeah, I've just been using them to stitch, and essentially I can hold this, you know, pretty far down, and I can see it very up close. So I've just been really, really enjoying these. And I've been using them every single day. They've made my stitching experience much more enjoyable. Personally, I haven't had any kind of headaches or issues wearing and using them, but I am a glasses wearer already. So I already am used to wearing, you know, something around my ear. Personally, if that is something that bothers you, definitely swap over to the headband. I used the headband the first day and really liked it as well. I like as well how like you can pull it tighter and it can sit to your head very snugly and your glasses aren't moving at all. But yeah, I'm really, really enjoying this. I actually really like it as well for when Daniel's watching movies. I always use my BenQ light, which I use it every day. I absolutely love that thing. But this has made it to where I can just have, you know, my light right on my work. It's very bright. It's a blue clear light, and it's obviously an LED, so it's very bright, but I've really been enjoying it. My daughter likes them too. I think that they're marketed for like diamond painting because they are called Art Dot, and so highly recommend. I'll link those in the down bar below. You guys can take a look if you're interested. But yeah, that is everything when it comes to stitching. I just have one acquisition that I finished kitting up in the past 3 weeks, so I'll show you guys that now. I had ordered from, gosh, what is the shop's name? Dying to Stitch. I'd ordered from Dying to Stitch, Quaker Seasons of Friendship. I'm gonna try, there we go. So there's the 4 seasons in all the Quakers, and it does have many initials on here, which I don't know if I'm gonna stitch the initials or not. I haven't really decided. I guess that the initials are the friends who originally designed this pattern, and their initials are set into the season that they were born in. So the initials for babies in spring, babies in summer, etc. It's just a lot of initials. And I can't really think of how many people I would be able to fit into this. So I think I'm just going to take them out for now, and I'll decide later on. But the stitch count is 440 by 250. So she is a big gal, but I will say if you have a fat quarter of a 40 count, it will fit on that. You only have a 2-inch margin, but it'll fit. This one though, I really, really don't like the way the pattern is charted. I wish I could show you guys, but I just simply can't because it would be giving away too much. There is no overlay for the margin of the pattern, so you just have to figure out. They're numbered very, in my opinion, oddly, so you really have to study this chart photo to be able to figure out where the patterns go. And without showing you the chart, it's not just individual pages. They are large pages that are folded in half. And I just found it very, very hard to follow. So I do need to take this. I plan to do it this weekend. I know I have so many plans this weekend. We'll see how that goes. But I do plan to take it to the UP, or what is it? The FedEx store, because they have a large scanner, or to Office Depot or Office Max or some place like that, and see if they can make it into a PDF for me. I was gonna try to scan it myself because actually quite often I scan patterns for personal use, not distribution, to make a PDF chart for myself. And I just find that this is one that I can't even scan myself at home to try to make it work. So it just sucks because this is actually a pattern that I saw years ago, probably like 5 years ago, before I ever started stitching. And I remember I was sitting on the couch with my mom and I was like, oh my gosh, this is so pretty. Like I would love to do this. This is amazing. But it's so hard. Like, I don't know if I'm ever gonna be able to use that chart. So I'm really hopeful that I can get it made into a PDF for myself. If you guys have any tips on if you've ever done that in the past, please let me know so that hopefully you can guide me and help me. I can put it off until next weekend. It's no big deal because I'm not gonna start it anytime soon. But yeah, just let me know your thoughts on that and like how you work from a chart that's really unusable. But anywho, my next acquisition was for this, and it's the 40 count alabaster, which is just a Zweigart fabric. It's a kind of light, soft gray, almost white. I just didn't want plain white. And I really wanted something that was no variegation, nothing crazy. Reason being is I wanted a very variegated floss. So I did go with Dracula, which on brand, I mean, which is a color and cotton floss. Let me take them out of the bag. And I just really loved the color. Luckily, Bridget, she has a lot of color and cotton flosses in stash, so she had this in stash and she was able to show me some pictures, but I was obsessed. The second I saw it, I was like, yep, that's it. That's the one. Because I wanted something that was, you know, more variegated than what I usually go for, because I wanted the floss to really like speak for the pattern, and I wanted the fabric to be just a plain backdrop. No modeling, nothing crazy. Sorry if you can hear my cat. Binks, where are you? Binks. He's very adventurous these days. But yeah, I wanted something that would really just speak for itself. It's so beautiful. And yeah, I want to pair that together. So I'm very excited about it. And that is my last acquisition. I honestly don't know how much cross-stitching stuff I'll be buying, just because, yeah, expecting a second child, that's a big change. And also, you know, medical bills aren't cheap. So I don't know how much cross-stitching supplies I will be buying in the future, but I will say I have a good stash built up, so I'm not too worried about it. I think I'll have plenty to work on in the next couple years. So that is exciting. Yeah, Daniel and I, we actually have been trying for a very long time to have a second child, but unfortunately it just wasn't happening for us. And we just kind of figured, you know, God gives you what you can handle in life, and that it wasn't meant for us at this time. So when I got back from StitchCon, we actually decided to just give up and, like, you know, just continue living our lives as parents of one, and to be satisfied and happy with that, because that's a blessing in itself. And then a few months later, boom. And so I told Pam that this is my StitchCon baby, because I got pregnant right after I got back from StitchCon, essentially. So yeah, I'm further along than what I was expecting to be when I went into the doctor's office, but that's just fine. We are very, very excited. The baby seems very healthy. All of my tests have come back really great so far. I find out the gender in a couple of days, actually, because these days, 10 weeks is how far you need to be along, which I've surpassed. And so I was able to get a blood test done, and that's just amazing. Science is amazing. It blows my mind, the stuff that you can find out just from, you know, blood tests and this and that. So we're really, really, really excited. You guys will have to leave a comment below and let me know if you think it's a boy or a girl. I don't know what I think, to be honest. I really don't know. Let me get Binks here. Amira, our daughter, she says for sure it is a girl and that she's gonna have a sister. Like right away when we told her, she was like, oh, I'm gonna have a sister. So who knows? I guess we'll see how intuitive she is. But yeah, we're just super excited. I mean, I don't know who's more excited, Daniel or Amira, because he wants, you know, he wanted more kids more than anything in this world. And so it's just, yeah, we're immensely happy, very excited. And I can't thank you guys enough for your kindness and your support and your love. And it's just been so fun. And it's like, yeah, it's like I'm talking to, you know, my best friends and my family. And it's been a joy to share with you guys. And, yeah, you get to see my bump grow, and my updates with baby, and, you know, updates with Amira. She's starting school soon, and so that's really exciting. She's very excited to start school. We did the back to school shopping last weekend, hence why I didn't record as well. We were just busy. Sorry, my cat is in my lap, but he's going crazy. But yeah, it's just been a really fun time. I mean, just so much good, and we feel very, very blessed. So thank you so much, guys, and I'll have all those fun things linked below, and yeah, I appreciate you guys a lot. So thank you so much. All right, I guess that's all. I think that's all. All right, love you, bye. You haven't seen him in a while, so say hi, Binks. Meow. Usually he's a talker, so I'm surprised he's not talking. Meow, meow, meow. Mm-hmm. But he's a big baby. He's doing good though, for everyone who has been asking. Sorry, my name is Megan, as, God. Whew. I'm already out of breath. Let me move my light.